Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill Buwit, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about larger than you ever imagined acquisitions.
Larger is always better.
Really?
Just kidding.
I'm gonna roll with that stuff lately.
Sorry.
Is that true?
No.
Is there?
No.
Or just not absurdly small?
We're not going to talk about that.
Here's the thing that Jill and I were just talking about right before the show. We teach and guide people to buy and sell real estate. And a lot of what we talk about, to bring it down to meet them from where they're coming, is A to B to C to D, bang, you got some money. And do it again, a little bit more money. Right. What we don't talk about enough, and we designed a live event around this that's happening in a few months, to talk about this and what the whole show is about. The sky's the limit. People make $70, $80, $150 million on a real estate deal, on land deals.
Exactly.
What stops people, especially newer people in the first 5 years of their career, is this concept. We're actually talking about the show, I guess.
I guess we are.
Well, I only have $5,200 in my bank account. How the heck can I make $70 million on a deal? The answer to that, I'll give you the answer to that, Mr.
In a few minutes.
Next Saturday.
Oh.
Before we get into it, it's a breakfast club.
I know that.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members. On the Land Investors online community, it's free.
Milan asks, title companies, I feel your pain here, Milan. Title companies are driving me crazy with their loan close. A few properties I'm buying through a couple of title companies are now in 1 month wait and counting, and still nothing happening.
Month is about
when you
right.
contact them, they're polite and they say, "Oh, we're still waiting for the title report."
Yeah, they're not.
Grrr, he says. My question for you guys is, what is your strategy to make sure the seller doesn't change his mind in this never-ending wait? I know. They signed a purchase agreement, but I believe they can back out from the deal anytime if they want, which is true. I'm thinking about sending the seller a check for $300 or so to keep him committed. What do you guys do?
I have an answer. Go ahead.
Well, number one, I don't send any money. I do anything like that. But however, depending on the terms of the deal, I might have given a deposit in there, so they know I'm committed.
Yeah, non-refundable deposit. Almost on the bigger deals we always do that.
Yeah, and then we're both committed at that point. I mean, there's money in there now. You're committed. But I still wouldn't send them. I wouldn't do an out of escrow kind of thing. I'm not a fan of any of that. And same thing like when we do options deals and things like that. I'm not a fan of sending them extra money. So anyway, number one, I do as much work. Sadly, I do. My team, we do as much work as we can on our end to help the title agent. Sometimes we pull stuff for them. We have access to all that. So as members, Milan, I know you're not a member yet, and you're killing it outside of this. No, seriously, it's awesome.
He's been around forever.
I know, it's great. He's killing it. So unfortunately, this is stuff that could help you. You could get some of the stuff that we have access to, could speed your process along. So that's one of the things that we do. And then number two, it's babysitting. And I know it's a lot of work, but we have to sometimes babysit our title agent. And that would be a daily call to the title agent, like you just did. What are we waiting for? And the title agent says, well, I sent the seller the HUD-1. I'm waiting for them to, or whatever,
Closing statement.
Some form. I'm waiting for them to acknowledge it, sign it, send it back. I said, okay, thank you. My next phone call would be to the seller. Did you see the document that the title agent's waiting for? Oh, no, I didn't see it. Because here's how often happens. The title agents just send out these emails, and then they go work on something else, and they don't care. And the seller, it might have gone in the seller's spam, or they didn't see it. And the title agent's not proactive enough to follow up with a phone call to say, hi, Mr. Seller, we're waiting for you. Everything's done. Once you sign this, we'll close today, and you'll have your money. And it's the greatest thing on the planet. And because title agents don't do that, a week will go by. It's really ridiculous. So a lot of it is, Milan, that you have to babysit that. So, and then another thing, the third thing is going to be the title agent themselves. we've had these. They're too busy. We had one that I found out just popped up at after she closed our deal, a week passed, she sends me an email, she's at a new company.
Yeah.
I'm like, she had her foot out the door. She didn't tell me that at the time.
Yeah.
Now I know. She was getting whatever she could done because she's leaving, going somewhere else.
Yep.
Kind of thing. So there's all kinds of other things that could be going on. And sometimes it means a new title agent. We've done that. Or even a new title company.
Yeah.
We've done that.
Don't just use one. It sounds like you have a couple, and that's good.
True. Yeah.
Here's what you want to do too is you want to call a seller and say, this is title situations does not meet my expectation. Does it meet yours? Oh no, it's taken forever. So all right, good. You agree with me. I want to get this thing done, and you want your money. Will you please call a title agent and make yourself available? But let's bug them together. Let's get this thing out of their life. They just want it out of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but a 30-day close. I think Milan's used to doing his own deals.
30 days is
30 days is not bad.
That's for bigger transactions, not for just vacant
Yeah, but
land.
who says his deal isn't
True?
No, I disagree.
Okay.
I think 30 days, when you really look back at it.
Well, then I'm clearly killing it over here because I think 30 days is way too long.
Really?
I want a 10-day. If it's a cash only transaction, I want 10 days start to finish.
You're my girl.
Thank you. 30. Okay.
Today's topic, larger than you ever imagined. Acquisitions. This is the meat of the show. What does that mean? It means dream big. That's what it means. And the reason that people I don't think, are not aware of these deals, I'm not sure, but I think it all comes back to, I don't have enough money, so I can't do the deal. Which couldn't be further from the truth. Quite honestly, doing other deals that with money partners are easier. And the bigger the deal is, and a simple, big deal where you know what's going to happen, you know how you're going to exit out of it. There's people waiting everywhere to do those kinds of things, and you don't need hard money or any of that stuff. We cover all that. I'm recording House Academy right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we do not use hard money. You need to find a private investor.
You know what I think? I think these deals, the larger than you ever imagined acquisition, is only a mindset. And I often see people that they're like, oh, that's too big. I'm not ready for that yet. What the heck? What are you talking about?
You are ready.
You did 150 transactions. So what that they were $10,000 or less that on the purchase price? You did 150 transactions. You can absolutely do this big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Isn't that funny? So I think that's a lot of it. And it's, don't think about it, the numbers. Don't think about it, the size. Think about it as a transaction. So what? It has some extra zeros on the end. It shouldn't scare you away.
There's no difference if you go send a bunch of mailers out for 40-acre properties in a rural area for $5,000. You get a couple back. You call your buddy on Land Investors and you say, I don't have $10,000 to do these two deals. Do you? Oh yeah, I got $10,000. What are you going to sell them for? 20? And then you split the money. There's absolutely no difference. Just send money out. Send offers out for 400 plus unit apartment buildings in New Jersey, and a guy calls you back and says, absolutely, I will sell my property, and you finding an investor, typically an operator of those types of properties in that area, and say, I got this deal. I'm not so sure about apartments. I'm kind of a land person, but if you sign this non-disclosure, maybe we'll look at it together, and I'll learn from you. So is there some risk in that? Yeah, but you got all the land situation going on the, you're making money doing this other stuff anyway. So the first deal is always the hardest.
Right.
Apartments is just an example. Ranches, let's say. You can make hordes of money in ranches. And I'll tell you, it takes longer, but ranch deals are almost never financed. So you find rich people and just pay cash. Mm-hmm. So dream much bigger than you ever imagined.
Exactly.
Like, if your criteria right now, our criteria is to make between $100,000 and $200,000, on a infill lot / movie star ranch / SFR, or groups of SFRs right now, and we do really well. In the past, I've purchased properties in healthcare that exceed $10, $20, $30 million.
Right. Exactly.
And I just take a small piece of it. One
thing that we haven't talked about in a while is the fact that I think people are afraid, oh, I need to have this guy in my back pocket first. I need to have this person lined up. It's hard to get a private money lender ahead of time without having a deal to present to them.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people doing
It's
a little bit
impossible.
backwards. Yeah. It's like you're going to them, hey, in theory, it's like a publisher. I think I'm going to write this book. I really have a feeling it's going to be a bestseller. And I really feel strongly about this. No, I haven't started it yet, but I really feel good about it. I've got this great idea and I want you to publish it. So can I lock you in now? So when I come back in 6 months with I know it's going to be a bestseller, we're going to do this deal. No, they don't want that. They want to see it when it's done, or close to done, kind of thing. So that's the same with this. So don't be afraid. Don't shy away. Send out, this is what you want to go for now, go for it. And when you have it locked in, I promise you, when you come to us, somebody out there, when you have locked in on paper, signed to like, holy cow, I don't know how that did this, but I just locked in a deal at $1.1 million. This guy's going to sell to me. He is done. He wants to cash out, ready to go.
And he wants to get the done deal.
It's worth
fast.
$3. He can't stand it. He wants out,
And he hates brokers.
He's retiring.
He's retiring.
Whatever it is, he's selling off. He sold off all of the whatevers, and this is the last one. And he's just giving it away because he's sick of it. And this really happens. This is the stuff
All the time.
people go, I didn't believe you guys until it happened to me. I'm like, right? It does. So anyway, my point is, now when you're going, this is a whole separate discussion. How much do I share ahead of time? And you got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
You don't want to disclose your whole thing because you can't let someone come in and take your deal from under you. But we help you with that. But my point is, boy, do you think it's hard to go to someone and say, I need 1.1 because we're going to make 1.9 and split that? Boy, that's pretty easy. They're going to be banging down your door, kind of thing, and then you get to pick.
In this market too, it's selling properties. It's automatic. So, would I recommend going from 40-acre properties in a rural area to $22 million apartments in New Jersey? No, but I think that houses is a great next step.
Yeah.
Because in this market, if you buy property that's anywhere priced properly, it's going to get gobbled up. If this is acquisitions week, you buy it right. Exactly. You can't get a letter back. This happens. Jill said yesterday. With 10 to 1. We send a bunch of mail out. We get 10 responses and we buy one. Yeah. Maybe closer to 2, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. We get tons of people that come right back and say, if you add 20 grand to this, or if you add $30,000, we'll talk. Right. Nope. Next. Nope. It's too easy. I got another. Next. I have a stack to open. I have 20 voicemails and a stack to open. I don't need to waste my time. Yeah. So, unlike land people always come back. They say in 6 months, they say, I will take that offer. The house people usually move on. Although we just had one. No. Where 2 people, she came in with 2 properties on an old mailer. They come back. So that's because establishing rapport, and that's a whole nother thing. And then moving on to maybe 4-unit buildings, and which I'm not a fan of. Small apartments are tough. I just like bigger properties. They're great, but as an owner, they're awful. Think of Tori. I like some of just bigger properties. It's a very easy transition too. If you're not comfortable going to houses, I get it, but going to just large acreage, I don't know, buy 120 acres or 160 acres. That's if it's relatively usable and it's not kind of in these ultra rural counties, right. And it's like in California specifically, 100 acres in the right county is worth, $4 million. It's true. Or farmland. Right. Farmland's a commodity. If you buy $200-300 an acre cheaper than what it's going for, like 4 or 5. Agriculture. So that's a commodity. You can sell it immediately. Right. Absolutely sell it immediately to the people that are running farms real close to there. Commercial property is good. I like that too. Not industrial. Don't get confused. But commercial property. What if it's zone mobile home park? I have to. Actually, that one I'd argue to hang on to. Mobiles are. It's a whole different thing. Mobiles are just. I think in my mind, entirely different because the types of people that buy them and own them, unless they're this ultra professional ones,
Right.
there's just stuff going on. They're tough people to deal with. But that's not said you can't make tons of money doing it.
What about golf course?
No way.
I'm going to throw some out there just to be funny and some good ones. What about next to a gas station?
I would never buy a property next to a gas station.
What about a big
for
piece
EPA
of
reasons.
What about a big piece of dirt next to McDonald's?
Yeah, or like a truck stop dirt.
Yeah.
We've done that. Truck stop land is great. Land that's right next to a functioning truck stop.
Next to the freeway. What about
next to the freeway property? Nothing bad about it. Love
adjacent.
This is fun.
Okay, good. What about oceanfront?
Yeah, I'll tell you. We just turned down an oceanfront deal because it was slid into the ocean.
What about Tippy
There
Top
was
Mountain?
no real land left. It eroded to nothing.
Tippy Top Mountain property, heavily treed.
I don't think I would buy that, only
Okay.
for access reasons.
Okay. What
I would look at it though hard.
about an abandoned hotel in the desert?
I would take a hard look at that. Absolutely.
This is interesting. I like this. What
I saw
about
a hotel
a parking lot?
on a tax sale list once, and it went to auction. And somebody bought it for like $12,000, and it was functioning.
Wow.
And I didn't, for that reasons that we're saying this week about good and bad acquisitions, I didn't buy it because it was so far out of what we were trying to do.
Right. That would have consumed us and would have kept us from doing other deals.
Right. It was long before you.
Parking lot.
Love parking lots.
Cool.
One of the best, most profitable types of real estate you can possibly buy and build, by the way.
Awesome.
Think about building a house and putting a kitchen in and stuff, and now think about building a parking lot.
Yeah.
All you're doing is pouring concrete.
That great. Painting some lines.
If that.
Yeah.
Putting in a system to pay.
You know what you could do? Actually, that's the best. Here's my ideal parking lot. My perfect, I know we're getting off topic. My perfect, though, parking lot scenario. It's dirt. It has a fence around it. And you pay one guy with a folding chair.
If that.
No, I want him to collect the money. No, I'm getting money off this parking lot.
You want cash.
Yeah, I want cash.
You better
There's a
trust
guy, I have a guy in a metal folding chair standing there all day long charging $10 a day for them to park there. That's my thing.
Beautiful
cash.
fantasy, sweetheart.
It is a fantasy. Okay, that's all I have.
What about a marina?
I thought about that. I thought about telling you about that, but that's so out of my acquisition criteria. I don't even want to think about it.
What about a house with an extra lot on the side?
Heck yeah. Keep going.
What about multi-family zoned property that's way rural
Yes.
in a master plan community that hasn't been developed yet?
I would buy that.
Me too.
What's the biggest? I'm trying to think. Well, larger than you imagine acquisitions, movie star ranches. I've heard.
Fantastic.
By the way,
Fantastic buys.
I don't know who it is in our group. I don't remember who, but somebody was asking us some very detailed questions on a member call in the last couple weeks about some pricing. I'm like, oh.
Well, it's probably because
That's where they're going. I'm like, good for them.
the thing about movie star ranches and ranches in general, which makes it slightly more tricky, is that they always have stuff on them. Like they might have a dumpy little house. So when you look at the data, it says there's a 1,400 square foot house on there, or it says there's 6
On the 40-acre property.
or 4,000 acres,
Right.
or there's 6 1,400 acres. So it really, the values become, we just value it all like dirt.
Right.
So don't get caught up in that if that's what you're doing. That's what that question was about last Thursday.
Oh, okay, got it.
They're all caught up with structures,
Right.
which confuse the hell out of everybody. It confuses
That's
the lender,
true.
it confuses the appraiser and all that.
That's very true.
There's not a lot of real estate that I would, not that I would just automatically turn away, except heavy industrial property for EPA reasons.
That's good. So for me, the whole point of this show is don't be afraid of it. Think of it like every other transaction. And like Stephen talked about, there's different ways you price things, obviously, because of that. But and if you build it, they will come. If you find it, they will come.
The people who will buy this property from you and partner with you are the people who have property just like it already. I made a career really fast at a very young age selling commercial long-term care facilities, nursing homes, and assisted living facilities all over the country. I had immediate buyer lists. Immediate. Every CEO I called would stop what they're doing and take my call to see if I had a new acquisition for them. So it's the same thing with land. They already have some land they're going to buy from you. You can cut the middleman out.
That's the whole point.
Cut the lender out.
You should.
Well, you've done it again. You spent another 15 minutes or so listening to the Land Academy show. Really closer to 20. Join us next time where we talk about funding these acquisitions.
And we answer your questions posted on our free online community. It's called landinvestors.com.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. That was a fun game.
That was a good game. I like that.
What do you immediately just throw away when it comes in? And so not the actual property.
Too small property.
Talk about? Yeah, too small, me too.
Yeah. Too cheap.
And not small in size, just like dollars.
Yeah. Well,
here's my question, my real question. What kind of seller just you say, you know what? I can't take this. This might be a great deal, but this seller, I can't do it. What is there?
Too many conditions, high maintenance. They need to talk. They need to feel the whole thing, and I'll do it for a few minutes, but then it gets no. Just they need somebody to talk to sometimes. Usually I give it to my team, but I mean they get the calls, but I have to kind of coach them. Like, okay, you don't need to spend 20 minutes on this. Please don't spend 20 minutes on this. Kind of thing. So really, the ones that we pass on, they're not enough money. There's certain areas that we just, over the years, we're just like, we don't want that. We know that
certain geographic areas.
Yeah, we just know that it's not going to move as fast as what it once was. So, and that's fine. And then the other ones are all obvious. There's something wrong. Like there's no access. It's
no, I mean specifically seller type.
Oh, just about the seller?
Yeah, we covered what not to buy real estate wise.
Oh, so seller wise, I mean, other than that, then there's a problem on their end. Like, it's not an easily conveyed property because someone passed on. We're having a fight with our brother and he's on the deed. We all live in we're 5 siblings. We all live in 5 different states. Some of those things, I just am not going to do it.
People who want money too fast, that's a red flag. I've killed a lot of deals over the years because of that, where they call 2 or 3 times a day because they just want their money.
Yeah, like what's going on here? What's wrong with this deal? Why are you so excited?
And you already said, look, it'll close on the 21st, and they call 3 times a day.
Right. That's
wrong? A mental issue.
We really have had that.
Nothing to
just
do with
recently.
The real estate deal, or it's just
It's like this seller is giving me a bad vibe. I'm curious that we're missing something. I'm not sure about it.
That was a smoking deal for us.
Yeah.
And we killed it.
I don't remember what the deal was, but I just remember that situation. So
I do.
Crazy.
It was an urban multi-tenant land deal.
Thank you. Share the fun by subscribing at iTunes or wherever you are listening or wherever you are watching. Maybe it's YouTube. And while you're at it, please rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.